Good morning. My name is Yoni Levoritz, and I'm from the Levoritz Law Firm. I'd like to talk to you today about the imputation of income. Before we get into imputation of income, I'd like to mention that this video is not for forming an attorney-client relationship and is for educational purposes only. The imputation of income is the taking of income or money that should be earned by the party and attributing it to them, regardless of whether they have that income at the current time or not. So, taking an example, a hypothetical, recent example, husband goes ahead and says, listen, my business made negative $5,000 this year. Court says, based upon what you're paying people and based upon what you're doing in your business, we're going to find your income at $100,000. Or we're going to find your income at $200,000, because that's what your business seems to generate or has the ability to generate based upon the record before the court. Now, the court just can't make up any number. The court has to have a rational basis for the number that is used for the imputation of income. So when you're dealing with the imputation of income, typically speaking, in the case law, it discusses education, past earnings history, and the ability to generate income. So for someone who's underemployed, for example, the court's going to look to level the playing field and bring that income into existence by making the party pay more in child support or more in maintenance. The court is also going to look at the ability of the party to generate income. So, for example, if you have a situation where the party was earning, and I'm making this up now, please take that into account, was earning $500,000 10 years ago, quit his job, opened a business. The business is a complete failure, but he tried. He made his best efforts, but he had an obligation to go ahead and use his best efforts to find employment which was commensurate with his income. That means getting a job log, looking for jobs, applying for jobs, closing down the business if necessary, although you can't necessarily do that during the course of the litigation. You have to ask permission of the court to go ahead and probably close down a business. And I say probably because it depends upon the court and the judge and everything else. Maybe you can get permission from your opposing counsel to say, listen, the business isn't making money. We have to go ahead and generate a certain amount of money to pay support. So you may have that ability to negotiate it. But when looking at the situation where a party is underemployed or a party doesn't have finances that make sense, the court is going to look to level that playing field. And the court is going to look to make sure that people are paying the proper amount of support. Another example that came about recently is a person who used to work in the IT field, was generating a certain amount of money, and he decided to open up his own business. Again, the business didn't do well. The business didn't generate the income he wanted it to generate. But he didn't go out and make a good faith basis to find another job that was commensurate with his capabilities, with his abilities to generate income. So what you have to look at is do you have a situation where imputation of income is proper? And if it is proper, you should be asking the court to impute income to the party to go ahead and level out that playing field. Thank you very much for spending your time with me today. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Take care.